I really don't think the title of this video is hyperbolic, because I don't think E3 died because of the events of last year. I think it was on a slow death beforehand, but with that, it accelerated. Alright, let's talk about E3 2021. This is Jorkin, the Yoshkin, bringing you, well, what E3 is about to become. E3 this year is a digital event only. So basically anybody can show up, but that's kind of been E3 for the past, I don't know, 8 years at least? Like, while you couldn't, go and play the games at home, but you could at least see everything that was important, E3 has been dying for a while. If I'm not mistaken, in 2018, they said the next year, which was 2019, they were going to allow actual people to buy tickets to go to E3. That was a sign that it was dying because they want more people to be in. So it seems like the event is more and more. And I heard that was an absolute cluster that happened once they allowed normal people to go buy tickets. Now, I'm in favor of that. It's just the venue's not worth it. Then you have other companies such as Activision Blizzard, Electronic Arts, and Sony deciding to skip out on E3. I think this will be their third year. Well, last year kind of didn't count, but if you want to count it, it'll be their third year where they're not actually doing this, especially Sony. I think Sony sees the writing on the wall, and Nintendo, I think, have seen this for a long time. They still participate, but they don't, have a show on the stage now. They want to have everything into a presentation and show people games, and then do whatever weird and wacky stuff they have with their, treehouse and stuff like that and interact with the audience, which I think is a best of both worlds. But it seems like Electronic Arts is setting up their own venue somewhere down the street. That's what they did last time in 2019, which was, albeit a nice move because, well, E3 is still the big news. While it's dying, it still is important right now, if you get what I mean. So I think what these companies should be doing now, instead of doing E3, they should be making trailers and not actually participating with E3. E3 costs these companies a lot of money, and that is like pennies for them, but it's still a lot of money that they could be using other ways. Like trying to sucker you out of microtransactions. I kid, but they could literally use their money anywhere else. Like they could have a short direct like Nintendo has and show whatever trailer they were having. Or better yet, right? During E3 week, which we won't call this E3 week, soon, I think within 5 to 10 years, if not within 3 to 4 years, I think E3's dead. So during the first 2 weeks of June, right? They could team up with the console manufacturers like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo to say, hey, we want to put demos of the games we were going to launch trailers on. And then, yeah, the people could test them out. They can see the cool trailers that may or may not be bullcrap by the time they actually play the game. But it'll still be really nice to get the fans engaged. In E3, it first started off as really something for the investors. Now it's turned into a thing to get fans more excited for their products, so they can buy it and then be disappointed a couple months down the line because the game's usually buggy. But we're not going to get into that right now. Sorry, I'm a bit of a cynic when it comes to the gaming industry. I haven't enjoyed an E3, I think, since 2014, 15. They all been bland and blah. It's just I don't have very much excitement for E3 anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older. Maybe because they're starting to suck more. Maybe because it's just, it feels like it's bullcrap. That's what I think it is. But Activision, Blizzard, Electronic Arts, and Sony, I think, are doing the smart move by skipping out. One, they save a ton of money. That's for sure, because that venue cost, I think, at least $1 million for a booth. And that's a big chunk of change, man. You know what I could do with $1 million? I could do a lot. Well, yeah, I could still do a lot. I could put all that into crypto. How much crypto would I have then? Oh well, I can fantasize later. Yeah, they should just release trailers, show off as many games as possible for their consoles, because people were really debating why Sony was dropping E3 last year. It was like, they have a new console that's coming out. Why would they drop E3? Because it's not relevant. It's not relevant. Sony sees it, but they see the writing on the wall. E3's done. It's still the major event that happens during the summer, so they still have plans around it. But if they all withdraw bit by bit, it takes the focus off of E3 and turns it into, say, gaming week or the summer of gaming or what you're gonna get excited for in November. That's what I think their plan is to take the attention and the name brand of E3 and turn it into something for them. Because that's a lot more powerful than having it be the event that you have to pay money to attend, when you can just slap together a couple of trailers on YouTube and release them to the public and tell Twitter about it. It's a lot more simple. It's also a lot more cost effective. Because it's not like they're running these ads on TV right now. They don't run them until October, November, September. I know I set those out of order. But anyway, do you think E3 is dead? I certainly do. If not, why don't you think E3 is dead? I wholeheartedly think it's going to die within 5 years. It should. It's overpriced. It's archaic in its format. You used to have to, before the internet, you would actually have to. I remember freaking G4. And comment below if you remember that too. I remember G4, and they used to have all the gaming in that, and they used to have Ninja Warrior too. I need to stay on topic. But G4 used to have the gaming. You have to watch it and stuff, and that was. I think that was while the internet was on. But then, you had magazines and all that other stuff, and you had to. It was access. You had to have access, or you had to wait a couple of weeks to know what was happening. And then once you saw the games, you're like, "Ooh, I'm super excited." But now everyone knows about it off rip. That trailer drops, literally everyone knows. Actually, if you're at the convention, right, there's a chance that you won't know off rip unless you're paying attention for that specific area, because you're in the middle of a crowd of thousands of people. There's no way you're going to check your phone well, you could, but there's no way you're constantly checking your phone while around a group of people. I think most cons, and this goes not only for gaming but for every other con, unless it's a specialty con or say an investors convention, right? I think they're going to go the way of the dodo if they don't start opening up soon. They're going to run out of cash, people are going to lose interest, they're going to drop their habits, and they're just going to move their stuff to online, say online purchases, and find their entertainment that way. So, messages to all cons. You better start opening up soon, or you're not going to be around long enough to tell the tale. With that said, please like, subscribe, comment. I'd like to hear from you guys. Anyway, this has been your Ken, Dio's Ken, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.